Let's have a look at multimodal models. So multimodal model, it's a text-to-text model, so you're sending text in, but you can send an image in along with the text and ask questions about that image. And we'll see that we can also send output then even to DALL-E and get images out from the multimodal network. So here we have the instructions for this one. I do assume that you're using OpenAI for this, and you can see the keys here. You need to put your OpenAI key into this model. So, or into your Colab. Once you have that there, you are able to run this part, and it'll install everything that you need. And you're going to grant access to that secret. That's the key that I just showed you. Okay, with everything installed, we can go ahead and start to take a look at this. So we're going to use LangChain just like before. We are going to use this particular image. You can put really any URL that you want to in there. And that's the image. That is my dog on the deck. So we're going to use GPT-4o Mini, which is a multimodal model. And we're going to take that image data and we're going to base 64 encode it. That's the format that it wants it to be in as you send it to the neural network. And we build up the usual sort of messages here. But you can see we're putting the text prompt in just like we would before, but we're putting the image in as well. So now the text can actually deal with the image. And the text is saying, describe this image. So it's going to describe it for us. You can see the image shows a dog lounging comfortably on a pair of blue chase lounges on a deck. Very, very descriptive. And it goes further into there, describing my yard. Let's look at something else that we can do with these multimodal models. So there's all sorts of applications that you can potentially do with this. You'll see one such application in the assignment for this class. You need to look over a series of images and detect certain things in them. It's described in greater detail in the assignment 9. But I've even done things where I've taken like tic-tac-toe and just drew a tic-tac-toe board and put the X's and O's on, and I ask it, okay, who won the tic-tac-toe game? So that is basically an approach that you can use with many of these. Let's look at image to art. What we're going to do here is provide it with an image, and I'm creating this modify image function. What the modify image function does is it's using GPT-4o Mini. It takes the image that you're passing in and encodes it just like before, but the difference is the prompt, well, the prompt is specified, but the prompt will do something like convert it to a cartoon or create a prompt that would render it as a cartoon. We invoke the command, the messages that we created up, and we get the cartoon prompt. So we're basically, it makes more sense when you look down here. So this is the result that it's doing. We are passing in a prompt, output a prompt that would render this image as a cartoon. So whatever image you're going to pass into this thing, it's going to get rendered as a cartoon, because it's going to build up the full prompt. So it's going to describe everything that's going on. Now, of course, large language models like to take liberties with what you pass into them. So you can see elements of this have been kept, but it's taking obviously some liberties. But what we end up doing then is we get the cartoon prompt, because we're asking it to create a cartoon prompt based on the image that is passed in. And with that cartoon prompt, what we do is we pass it into DALL-E. And we're going to generate a 1024 by 1024 obtain that, we'll actually download it, and you can see it. You can see it here. If we run it, we'll get a different version of Hickory the Bulldog sitting on a deck on a chair. And there you go. That's really pretty cute. It keeps wanting to give my yard a pool, which would certainly be nice. But we can change this up. So let's change this up, and we'll put in a different image. We'll put in me. So this image, you can see that image there. That's one of my standard profile picture. It's the same bookshelf right there. Just using an f-stop to blur the books. And then let's run it. Okay, it made me a little younger and a lot more hair, but sort of, you can see it. Sometimes you have to run these a few times. A little bit better, still too much hair, and I would probably run this in a loop, generate maybe, I don't know, 20 of them. Pick the one that I like. You can also hand edit. It would take some modification to the program, but you can also hand edit the prompt that it's generating for you. And then if you want to download any of these, this code provides that capability. Let's try a different prompt altogether. This prompt wants to create a image in the style of Salvador Dali, who draws some very abstract sort of things, or painted them back when he was alive. So persistence of time is probably one of his most famous ones. That's where you see the clocks like literally just melting over branches. Probably the most famous painting by Salvador Dali. And there's me, apparently, in kind of a persistence of time. Not quite a Salvador Dali style, but maybe I can see it. And then we could also certainly do my Hickory the Bulldog image. Same sort of thing. That is trippy. All right, this is, thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other modules from this course, and thank you for watching.